don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud, shining light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express, rolling down the track, exposing the lies, ain't no turning back. Conservative fire, we're speaking the truth. At Oreo Express, this one's for you. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll, let's go. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express.
Celebrate our newest launch, Rev 7. I'm bringing you an amazing introductory offer, plus an exclusive overstock sale that you're not going to want to miss. Rev 7 is our premium energy drink that tastes great and gives you energy all day with no jitters and no crashes. That's because there's no sugar and no caffeine. I'm so sure you're going to love Rev 7 that for a limited time you can try our 3-pack absolutely free. Or check out our Percale bed sheets. I can't believe I'm even going to say this. Every color, every style, every size, only $29.88. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save 20% on our Rev 7 12-packs or try our introductory 3-pack absolutely free. And our Percale bed sheets, all sizes, only $29.88, even the queens and kings. Inventory is extremely limited, so order now.
That's right. Head over to mypillow.com, folks. Help us out here. Help out on a patriot company, an American first company. Use promo code Oreo. They have a lot of things from pillows, bed sheets, my favorite, the MyPillow slipper. So go check them out, guys. We appreciate you, and so do they. Use promo code Oreo. Well, welcome back, guys. Once again, hit that like button, share this out. We do got some good news. We hit our goal in our Christmas drive last night. As you guys know, for 3 previous years, we have done our Oreo Express Christmas toy drive. And last night we went out chasing police calls, and we were able to seal the deal. Old Uncle Bill came at the end and finished us off. So I want to show you this, and then I'll say hi to you. I just think this was epic, guys. 17 people gave, 18 actually, 18. And we raised $1,500, and that's actually $20 because I did get one Venmo. So $1,520, and let me show you how. And an hour ago we had, I'm going to shut this down right now, but an hour ago we had an anonymous giver. We had OUB for 130, Irene for 25, ministry story cards for 100. Let's see here. Come on. Nola for 50, Anonymous for 20, Texas Bigfoot for 10, Mom X Swift for 20, Renee O for 100, another anonymous giver for 300, Old Uncle Bill again for 100, Saint Fan 20 for 100, Jalen for 100, Cynthia Massey for 200, Krista R for 100, and Live Free or Die for 100. And again, this is our 4th year doing this, so we're gonna start looking. I gotta this week check out some of those, if any of the Black Friday ads have came out, and we get to go Christmas shopping and make a whole lot of kids very excited on Christmas morning. So I just want to say thank you. It's awesome that we can use this platform for something like this, and that we raised the money so quickly. It is just absolutely incredible. So thank you to everybody who donated. You guys are awesome, and we can't do it without you all. So, well, welcome to the Oreo Express. That's some good news. We do got some bad news today. Some interesting stuff that we got to talk about, as always. But let me run into see Trina. Old Uncle Bill says he received his cross and MAGA hat today. The hat is charging and the cross is put up. Awesome. Awesome. Shelly Rose, hello. B. Mikey's in the house. Darlene. Let's see. Carol Burton. Kimber. Nola. Texas Bigfoot. Nightbot. Darlene. Real Sweet. Renee. Saint Fan. So thank you all. Let me get down to the bottom here. Thank you all. Let's see. I think I read it. So thank you all for tuning in. We got some stuff to go over today, and it's probably going to be not as long as usual. Again, we had to go drop off the rental car today, and took more time than expected, so we didn't have a whole lot of time to prep for the show. But one thing that happened this morning, and this was probably like 35 minutes ago, an earthquake, magnitude 4.4, struck 8 miles northwest of Atascadero, California. That's the Paso Robles area, Atascadero area. So interesting. I don't think a 4.4 will do anything, but just thought that was interesting. And we do got a little clown world stuff today to get into. Zoran Momdami. So after he won, he came out and it was like, everything's not going to be free. I need your donations. I need more of your money. And he raised $1 million. Now he's asking for more. Take a listen to this.
Incredible. We've raised more than $1 million in just 2 weeks. Our average donation is around $77. It's been 2 weeks since we won the election. We've been pretty busy.
Projects the Democratic Socialist Zoran Mamdani.
Too often, this is a time of just celebration as opposed to preparation. A lot of these things are new, but one of them is pretty old, fundraising. But why are we fundraising? Well, we have less than 50 days until we take office, and we have a lot to do. We have to vet the 50,000 resumes we've received. Thank you. We have to keep paying our incredible team. Thank you. And we have to plan not just our inauguration, but our policy implementation. Now, unlike the campaign, transitions do not get public matching funds from the city. So that 8-to-1 match, gone. It's up to us to raise the money. Usually campaigns take that as an opportunity to rely on wealthy donors, but that's not us. You've already been incredible. We've raised more than $1 million in just 2 weeks. Our average donation is around $77, and more than 12,000 of you have donated so far, which is much lower than the last administration's transition. But we're still asking for your help because we need to raise $4 million in total, so January 1st can be the day we start to deliver, not start to prepare. I hope very soon not to have to ask you for money, but until then, I'm asking for you to go to transition2025.com and give whatever you can to help build a New York that everyone can afford. This is your city, and I can't wait to get to work. No, I'm kidding. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
$4 million. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. We've already learned that the buses won't be free. All the promises that he made, something a mayor can't do. And I just find it really, I guess you could say, interesting. I wonder if there's anybody that really bought his spill and they're like, now he wants $4 million. And it's not going to be any different. What he's doing there is the same policies he will implement when he's mayor. He wants to take your money. He again, redistribution of wealth. I can't wait to see, all the businesses and everything else lose. Got another crazy one, and I'm sorry I'm making you watch it, guys. I really am. There's a Michigan governor's candidate, and Jasmine Crockett decided to do a video. Now, I don't know why a video like this would help out elections. I guess we've just gone there. Maybe social media has tarnished the way we do elections just a little, But take a look at this. This is insane. This is I guess you could say a campaign ad or social media post for a campaign ad.
Wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream from the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say,
Bitches say shit and they ain't say nothing. 100 motherfuckers can't tell me nothing. I bees in the trap, bees in the trap. I bees in the trap, bees in the trap.
Yeah, I made you guys watch that. Man, Michigan. You got a choice on your hands. That's all I can really say. You got a choice on your hands, and I look at it and I'm like, man, that's a pretty simple choice, right? I don't think that's too difficult. I don't think that's too difficult. And another thing that came out yesterday was a professor at Purdue University Northwest crashed a Turning Point USA meeting and mocked the students, calling them racist. A professor at the college. This is the kind of hate that is spewed from the left. And I don't know if she's a DEI professor. I could assume.
No,
so,
we
but
know
take
what
a
history
listen to
is.
this. Imagine just being part of this and having to put up with this stuff. Listen.
Oh, you want to know what fascism means? Because I'll tell you. You guys want to know?
Yeah.
You have this society. Okay. So you have a situation here where you want to go into classrooms and you want to tell the faculty that they're not allowed to speak the truth about the history of this country. You want them to be, what's the word for slaves now? Volunteer, involuntary employees or involuntary workers. We can't even say slavery. That's ridiculous.
Wanting to impose on the teachers. We are wanting this to be within the students. And
the students want to decide what history is.
No, we know what history is, actually. Yeah. Did you know that all of our founding fathers were actually Christian, and this country was formed on Christian values?
Oh man. It's good they're being triggered. It's good that they couldn't just walk by a classroom and say, "Look at them." Being able to exercise their free speech without being interrupted. It is a student club, not a professor club. And I'm sure this happens a lot more than we get on video. And I don't know about all you guys, but it's going to get a lot worse for them. A lot worse. As many you guys know, a lot of different college, school campuses, not elementary, junior high, high school, junior college. There's a lot of Turning Point USA chapters coming about. And when they're denied, the public speaks up, and the following week they get approved. How about this? Yesterday, we did do cover from Sonia Shaw, who was heading into court when it comes to California, the Department of Justice, Rob Bonta, the Attorney General, the attack on parents, the attack on your ability to raise your child. And it seemed like in some court filings, you know that the state AG Bonta has sued numerous school districts because they put a policy in that teachers couldn't keep secrets away from parents. And we're not talking like, oh, I broke something. We're talking, I have a serious mental health condition. I need serious help. I want to identify as something I'm not. I want to change my name. And people are like, well, the most important people in their lives is their parents. Well, teachers don't think that parents are the most important people in the children's life. And so Attorney General Rob Bonta sued a couple school districts. And then they came out and said that the secrecy policy was an error. Listen to this. This was her post from yesterday after our show. It says, today I witnessed the state questioned in court for forcing districts teachers, and admin to hide secrets from parents about their own children. Parents have a constitutional right to know this, and the state's attorneys couldn't defend it. They even sued us for a policy that notified parents. Prison exposed CDE indoctrination, millions wasted, special interest payouts now offline after the state lied to a federal judge. Says grateful for Thomas More and the teachers. They are heroes. It says the state AG, Newsom, Thurmond, and anyone aligned are on the wrong side of history. And she did a quick video on TikTok. Take a look.
Hey guys, we are at the San Diego Federal Court building right now. I have two heroes standing behind me, and you see two other heroes over there that were the attorneys from Thomas More Society. We have Elizabeth over here and Lori. These teachers are beautiful and amazing and the representative of what should be in the classroom. They refuse to hide secrets from the parents. They believe in parents' constitutional right in the upbringing of their children, and they're standing firm. Today, I do have to say, in California, we heard a federal judge literally put the state on blast for all these secrecy policies. It felt amazing to hear them stumble, mumble, and not be able to defend it, but it's because these two stood strong while everybody else cowered away. Please pray for them. Pray for them continuously, because you know that people are coming after them for just standing in truth. We love you guys. You guys are amazing. And I know you wanted to say something really quick.
I just want to thank Judge Benitez for his thorough job. It's been 2.5 years, and he is very thorough, very fair, and we expect to win this case. And we expect it to be appealed, and we will win again.
Absolutely. Keep linking arms. Keep fighting the good fight. We got this, California. You guys are amazing. We love you. Keep them in prayers.
You know, these people are true warriors. These people are true warriors. When I was reading this and I was thinking about this morning, it's pretty sad that you have a state that'll implement something that they know will lose in court. But there's hopes that maybe we won't have people stand against this. Maybe we won't have people take that journey. It's not easy to go all the way to these courts. It's not cheap. It's not easy to find representation. And they do this, and not only does it take forever, it seems, but the state gets to implement their indoctrination and their secrecy policies while all this is going on. And I'm sorry, when it comes to something like this, when you talk about bad things that attorney generals and governors do, these are the things, the minimal, I wouldn't even call them minimal, but I personally want to see them locked up for this, harming our children, taking away parental rights. Like, you made a policy. You have sued school districts to take away the rights of parents so that teachers could trans kids and put them in this alphabet cult. And it's just absolutely disgusting what we have been seeing. She also put a post up today, again, because they had to lie in federal court, they took the Prism website down. And Sonia put this tweet up today. It says Newsom, Bonta, and Thurman are on the wrong side of history. Hiding things from parents is never a good idea, and now they're getting exposed. It says yesterday in court, the Deputy Attorney General speaking for Bonta and Thurman claimed prison would be back online by this afternoon. It's still down. Because they can't put it back up without revealing all the compelled speech, the secret policies, and the ideology they buried in that training. They're scrambling to scrub it. But Prism can't be fixed. It needs to be scrapped. The full-time Prism staff let go, and the millions they burned, a total loss, because this program never should have existed. It's amazing. If you had the money that just California, we won't talk about every state because California is not the only state, But if you had the money they put into this and this woke ideology and this training of teachers, I mean, I had a conversation a couple months ago with a school board member who was starting to get it a little more. And he's like, I don't see a good future here for our children. And this person is never one to say something that he's much, I would say he's much less conservative than me. And he's always been less worried, or maybe not worried's the right, concerned about where we're going. And he told me, he's like, I'm looking at the applications coming through. I'm looking at these young teachers that are coming into the school district, and it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. And that's what happens. These kids that went to school over the last 6 to 8 years, and they've been indoctrinated not just in college but in their own elementary, junior high, and high schools about what's right and what's wrong. And they're the ones that are now in charge of your students. They're the ones that are now in charge of your students. Now, the next one, guys, this is the bummer for today. I have not looked into it. This came up literally 6 minutes before I hit live, and I'm like, but we're going to look into it now. This is crazy. Breaking: a federal judge blocks Texas from using redrawn congressional maps that would boost the GOP in the 2026 midterm elections. So I'm going to open it up. I'm going to read along with you right now. It says Texas cannot use a new congressional map drawn by Republicans in hopes of securing a party additional U.S. House seats. A panel of 3 federal judges ruled Tuesday. The ruling was a blow to President Donald Trump's effort to have GOP lawmakers in multiple states redraw their maps to help their party preserve its slim House majority in the potentially difficult 2026 midterm elections. The public perception of this case is that it's about politics. To be sure, politics played a role in drawing the 2025 map, but it was much more than just politics. Substantial evidence shows that Texas racially gerrymandered the 2025 map, the ruling states. So this is interesting, and I'll tell you why in a minute. It says Texas this summer was the first state to meet Trump's demands in what some has become an expanding national battle over redistricting. Republicans drew the state's new map to give the GOP 5 additional seats, and Missouri and North Carolina followed. Oh my gosh. Followed, where was I? With new maps adding an additional Republican seat each. To counter those moves, California voters approved a ballot initiative to give Democrats an additional 5 seats there. The 2-1 decision followed a nearly 2-week trial in El Paso, Texas. Texas's expected appeal would be directly to the U.S. Supreme Court under a federal law dealing with redistricting lawsuits. Now, this is interesting because you always see this. When it's conservatives that do something, judges block it. There was lawsuits against Gavin Newsom doing Prop 50 because we already have an independent redistricting. The voters had already spoken, and those lawsuits had gotten thrown out. There's a lawsuit right now. Another one that started after it passed, and I believe the DOJ is suing the state of California. But if they say that Texas was racially gerrymandered, then they have to get rid of Prop 50 in California as well, because it's already been proven that it was racially gerrymandered to benefit Hispanics. So, I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know. Democrats across the U.S. Yeah, it was 2-1. So one judge wasn't with it. I think this will get appealed. Well, I know it'll get appealed. I'm guessing. I just don't see how you can block one state and not the other. But it again, we don't have fair judges. We don't have impartial judges in this country. So we're gonna follow up on this, and there'll probably be a lot more talking heads talking about this later on this afternoon. How about this one? This one's been going viral, guys. Trump on Air Force One. Take a listen here.
Yeah, Jennifer, go ahead. Go ahead.
In the file,
That's Trump when there was a reporter interrupting him constantly, like they do. He said, "Quiet, quiet, piggy." I have no problem. I have no problem. I despise legacy media. I think they are part of the reason why they're probably most the reason why this country. If it wasn't for the legacy media, there would actually be people held accountable, and it wouldn't be, oh, Trump this, Trump that. Um, there was a report last week. They talked about it on the Joe Rogan Elon Musk podcast, or 2 weeks ago, that showed the negative press coverage of Elon Musk, JD Vance, and Trump versus the press coverage of Mamdani in New York. Wow. What a difference. What a difference. Okay, let's get on. President Trump.
The President of the United States.
Oh, sorry. President Trump welcomed Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to the White House and had a great display, but I'm going to show you some of it and take a look at this, and then we'll show you a little video. Let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
So that was earlier today, and then I thought this was absolutely great too, as he's taken the Saudi crown prince throughout the White House. He had to show him some of the portraits on the wall, and one of them was the president's on the wall, and he he showed him the auto pin, guys. He showed him the auto pin. Take a look. It's like the guy wasn't even there. Look at him. Showing him the auto pin. Oh, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. I'd love to be a fly and listen to what Trump said there. That is just absolutely epic. Absolutely epic. Now let's get into it. A little bit of the Epstein files. Obviously, there's going to be a vote. I don't know what time today. I have not had time to look at everything. I have been slammed on time. That's why this video or this live stream might even not go an hour. I want you to listen to Speaker Mike Johnson here, though. Take a listen to what he says here. And calling it out where it needs to be called out. I think we heard, what was it, Bill Maher yesterday, and a lot of people that aren't completely TDS said, you've had 4 years under Joe Biden and you never cared about the so-called victims you care so much for now. Take a listen to this.
And transparency, or ensuring justice, or protecting victims of this unspeakable tragedy, the Epstein evils. And how do we know that? Because the Democrats had every one of the Epstein files in their possession for the 4 long years of the Biden administration. The Biden Department of Justice had the files the entire time. And not a single one of the people who are so loud and animated right now, they never said anything about it for all those 4 years. None of them held press conferences. None of them demanded the release of the documents. And under Biden's DOJ, when they prosecuted just Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, not a single one of these Democrats or any of the proponents of the discharge ever made any noise about that at all. So it's fair for the American people to ask the question, why now? Why suddenly are they so interested? They have such an urgent interest in the Jeffrey Epstein matter. The truth is simple and straightforward and obvious for anyone who is willing to look at it objectively. Clearly, this is a political exercise for Democrats and a few others, sadly, and it is as deceitful and dishonest as their pointless stunt to shut down the government. Same ideology behind this. Democrats are trying to use the Epstein matter as a political weapon to distract from their own party's failures. And in a desperate attempt, they're trying to somehow tie President Trump to the scandal. President Trump has nothing to do with it. He has said himself he has nothing to hide. And that's clearly what they've been trying to do. They're trying to attack President Trump. This is what they've done. They weaponized the justice system over the last several years to go after him, and this is their latest attempt. And they don't have a platform or a principle to defend on the Democrat Party side, so they put all their eggs in this basket. And that's why you hear endlessly about Epstein, Epstein, Epstein. Everything's about Epstein. Now, this was an unspeakable tragedy, we said that. And we have great compassion for the victims. And I'm heartened that I met with the victims. Our House Oversight Committee members met with the victims, and they deserve justice. It has been too long delayed. Not just justice for what they were made to endure, but also we need answers on why it took so long for the Department of Justice itself to do that job.
So that was that. And then there was also a press conference, but it was a political hit job. And then he also said this, which again, today's a show vote. That's all it is. And he calls that out here in this little article.
By the way, I'll just tell you, I put the bill on the floor for unanimous consent last Wednesday night. And guess who objected to it? The Democrats. Okay. If this is so urgent and they were so concerned about getting this done and seeing justice be done and all that, they would not have blocked the request. Okay. This is about politics. They blocked our unanimous consent motion to expedite their bill and made us waste all this additional time so they could have a show vote today. Republicans are ready to get the job done, to move forward so we can continue to get on to these important issues of dealing with what the American people demand and deserve for us to deal with.
Amen. Amen. But you had some people, they've been holding these little press conferences outside the Capitol steps and all these other places. And it was just interesting. It's been a get Trump style thing. We're going to get into that in a minute. But Thomas Massie put this out and said, this is how Speaker Johnson plans to protect perverts who went to the rape island from embarrassment. Do not let the Senate add an amendment to avoid disclosing those rich and powerful men who have evaded justice for so many years. Is Johnson calling all victims non-credible? And it says dangers of the discharge position. This is where some of the Republicans have an issue of how they're going to do it, because you see what happens in the emails. And I just want to go, anybody that is on the right that is going to be allocated into this emails, what have they done for Trump? Oh, he's a pedophile. He's a rapist. He did this. We literally had emails. And we know that Trump kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago because of the rumors that were swirling about what he was doing. We even had an email last week that Democrats released saying, see, Trump knew about it, that Trump asked them to stop whatever it is they were doing, told Maxwell. Doesn't mean Trump's seen it. Doesn't mean anything like that. So what do Democrats do? They go and attack Trump. So what this has to do with is there's other people. Millionaires and billionaires know each other. If you got a millionaire in California and a millionaire in New York, they've probably been at a business conference together. They've probably had dinner together, all these different things, especially Epstein. A lot of people that weren't bad people went and did things with Epstein. Doesn't mean they went to the island. Those people that went to the island and did bad things, hang them. But listen to this. It says dangers of the discharge position. Victim privacy does not adequately protect victims. Innocent person risks disclosure of non-credible allegations creating new victims. So I think that's going to be the big thing here. You're going to get some release of files and somebody that was perfectly innocent. And I'm saying perfectly innocent when it comes to they were not with underage girls that were being trafficked. They're probably not innocent in the rest of their lives. They're millionaires and billionaires. They probably have a lot of skeletons in the closet. But once Democrats get that, oh, look at this person. This person was against Kamala, didn't vote for Kamala. We're going to ruin this person. This person supported Trump. We're going to tie this person to Epstein. Even though we have no credible evidence, we're going to just throw mud at the wall and hope something sticks, just like we've done with Trump. That's what Democrats' plan is. And there's also this one out here. Listen to Ro Khanna out here
survivors. We're
at
gonna
Get Trump, right next to Marjorie Trader Green is what she's being called now. Take a listen. I told you guys when she went on The View, it was over.
right thing for survivors. We're going to get a vote today. I expect an overwhelming vote in the House of Representatives, and I don't want the DC swamp playing any games. They need to pass this in the Senate, and they should not amend it. President Trump has said he would sign the Epstein Transparency Act. It's going to get overwhelming support in the House. It should go straight to the Senate, and it should be signed. No amendments, no adding loopholes. Justice is long overdue. And the right.
So that was him right there. No amendments. We can't protect the victims. We can't protect anybody. And this is just more proof right here how it is a get Trump. And it's really disgusting. Marjorie Taylor Greene is upset at Trump for calling her a traitor, but that's what she's been. There's ways to handle things. I was actually talking about this with Quincy in the hotel room that night because he didn't know what was going on with all the politics of Marjorie Taylor Greene. I was talking about how she went on The View and how she's just throwing a dagger at everybody in the party when she hasn't came up with any great ideas. And again, kind of grifted her way into the position wearing a MAGA hat, being supposedly ultra MAGA, and then stand shoulder and shoulder with people that lie and not correct them. This shutdown that we just went through was a Democrat shutdown. Democrats shut it down. Republicans forced them to open it up after the longest shutdown in U.S. government history, right? I think we all can agree on that. Take 60 votes. Republicans had what, 52, 53 votes? They needed some Democrats to come along, but they had an election. They wanted to fire up their base. They wanted to try to use their arm, the Democrat Party arm, which is the legacy media, to go out there and say, this is a Trump shutdown. So Marjorie Trader Green is standing right next to these people, and I want you to listen to what this one says, just to prove this is all political, without correcting the record. And I think that's trash. You could be upset with Trump. You can no longer like him. But take a listen to this.
To the President of the United States of America, who is not here today, I want to send a clear message to you. While I do understand that your position has changed on the Epstein files, and I'm grateful that you have pledged to sign this bill, I can't help to be skeptical of what the agenda is. So, with that being said, I want to relay this message to you. I am traumatized. I am not stupid. I am traumatized. I am not stupid. You have put us through so much stress, the lockdowns, the halt of these procedures that were supposed to have happened 50 days ago.
So she says lockdown. What she meant, because maybe she's so traumatized, was insinuating that Trump shut down the government. Trump was saying, open up the government. We need some Democrats to come along, open up. But what happened? Nope, we have an election coming up. Then we heard 3 days before the election that they will vote to open up the government sometime shortly after the election. They wanted their base riled up. They wanted people without EBT. They wanted people to be upset and think that Trump was taking away their food. And this woman gets up here and says that Trump did that somehow. And guess what? No correction from Marjorie Taylor Greene. Instead, doubles down. Take a listen to this.
Against the most powerful people in the world, even the President of the United States. And that's what we did by fighting so hard against the most powerful people in the world, even the President of the United States, in order to make this vote happen today. I was called a traitor by a man that I fought for 6 years for. And I gave him my loyalty for free. I won my first election without his endorsement, beating 8 men in a primary. And I've never owed him anything, but I fought for him for the policies and for America first. And he called me a traitor for standing with these women and refusing to take my name off the discharge petition. Let me tell you what a traitor is. A traitor is an American that serves foreign countries and themselves. A patriot is an American that serves the United States of America and Americans like the women standing behind me.
So she's calling the people that are lying about President Trump, lying about the shutdown, patriots. Do you not see this?
And I want to tell you that this only became possible today because the American people, whom we serve as representatives here in Congress, demanded that this vote happen, and they put more pressure on every single elected politician in this city than has ever been put on them. And today you are going to see probably a unanimous vote in the House to release the Epstein files. But the real fight will happen after that.
Yeah, I just, I don't agree with the way she's handling this at all. She's like a scorned woman instead of a professional in this manner. Any respect I have towards her is lost. She is putting people out there that are actively, I guess if you can support that right now, you might support CNN and what they've said about Trump over the years, because she did not call out anybody for their lying. Trump didn't do the shutdown. The shutdown had nothing to do with the Epstein files. The shutdown was due to Democrats. First, they used the excuse healthcare, then they used the excuse Epstein, and there was plenty of others, but they had an election, guys. They needed their base fired up. And I just, there was ways to go about it. But if you want to divide your party, and I think that's what we're seeing. I mean, we always knew Thomas Massie. Thomas Massie has been called out by Trump so many. Thomas Massie is the politician that never will. Well, we could cut this and this. It'd be like putting Elon in a seat. We all agree that we should cut 70% of government. Or maybe we don't all agree. But that's what I think. We need a limited government. It would not be possible to do in the way that they are saying. You've seen how hard Doge, how much time that took to take 1% out of a department. And they sit there and they continue to lie to the American people. And it's just, it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate.
Saying it's all about the victim. The left is saying
Cuomo, talk about this. Again, Democrats, where were you for the last 4 years, Dems? It's all political.
left is saying it's all about the victims. I don't buy it. Okay? It wasn't about the victims wanting transparency and you wanting it for them during the Biden administration? Or before that, when like only 2 of you ever asked about it? Oh, wait, hold on. The Maxwell investigation was still going on. We couldn't release anything. Who's going to believe that? So no other investigation could go on of other people at the same time that Ghislaine Maxwell was being investigated? Really? Anyone supposed to believe that?
Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene does. And listen to on CNN. This was last night, knowing that the vote would be coming today for the Epstein files. Take a look.
Point. Why is it that Trump, if he says whatever, I mean, does he have something to hide? I don't know. No one knows. But putting that all aside, why can't he see this for what it is, which is a very real thing, not a hoax, with real victims and with a lot of people potentially involved in something, none of whom have been held accountable?
Well, the hoax is Democrats and others who have gone on television and either implied or worse that he had something to do with it. There's not a shred of evidence that he had anything to do with it, but that's what they want people to believe. That's the narrative that they are trying to get out there. That's the hoax. He's never said what happened to them is a hoax. In fact, there seems to be some shards of evidence in here that Trump may have been one of the people that turned in Jeffrey Epstein, which is why Epstein, according to some of the documents, apparently hated Donald Trump. And so the hoax is not that it happened. The hoax is what people are trying to imply or worse about.
They did the same thing when they were talking about the COVID hoax. You remember? Trump said the whole thing's a hoax. He wasn't talking about people were getting sick and dying. He wasn't talking about there was some flu or bug going around that was affecting people. He was talking about the lies coming from the Democrats that everybody's going to die. We need to wear masks. We need to do this. That was the hoax. The hoax was taking billions of dollars and funneling to the Affordable Care Act, which is expiring at the end of the year. That was the hoax. It's just absolutely insane, asinine. And speaking about the Affordable
There's no doubt about that, Joe.
We might get a little bit more into this. Like I said, we did not have a whole lot of time to prep for a show, but we're doing not bad. We're at 49 minutes. Take a
no doubt about that, Joe.
Dollar Store Obama admit that the Affordable Care Act is broken. That is his words, not mine.
There's no doubt about that, Joe. We have a broken healthcare system, and unfortunately, Republicans have decided to break it even further. And this relates to things that go beyond their refusal to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits. In this,
got a broken healthcare system. Wow. Thanks for joining me on that. I've been talking about it for a long time. They're having a 15-minute vote on it now. Let's see. We'll go back to that one. Let me go. See if we can pull that up. Oh my gosh. Come on. I hit the wrong button 3 times. 4 times. Let's vote on it right now. So far, no no's. Time remaining is 11 minutes and 29 seconds, folks. What is this, Josh? You and I got into a altercation on the 14th in front of the ice. Any conversation I have will still be up on all social media. I don't keep any of it stored on my phone. I just leave it on social media. So if you go back, probably on Rumble will be the best place to look. If I got video footage of that, it will be on my Rumble. So let's see here. 10 minutes, 27 seconds. So yeah, that will be on my Rumble channel, and it's Oreo Express on Rumble. $93 votes yes, 0 votes no. Now, it will be amended in the Senate. That's a guarantee. They're going to protect innocent people. It's funny how Trump was so involved, but all these people standing up, not one of them are accusing Trump. All those people that do the press conference and say Trump shut down, did not release the Epstein files when it was the Democrats, not one of them say, hey, Trump touched me inappropriately. Not any of them have any evidence of anything. This is just like 2016. This is the Russia of 2025. So we're just waiting to see what they say here. We know it's going to pass. You already got 50 Republicans and 58 Democrats. 8 minutes and 58 seconds remaining. Let me clear that really quick. This is the vote. This is the vote right here. HR 4405. $316 people remaining left to vote right now. Let's see how this goes. No, there isn't any nay votes yet. 6 minutes remaining, folks. 6 minutes. I was just looking right now to see what else is going on. Well, that's going on. I'll show you some of the in the background. I will play this so we can have two things. I love having this extra monitor here. Let's see, bookmarks. Listen to Jim Jordan when he was speaking on this.
Assume the gentleman is recognized. We all support holding bad guys accountable, and we're all going to vote for this resolution. But I think a little perspective is important. Democrats have spent 6 months talking about Epstein, even though they had 4 years to do something about it. Now, why would they do that? Why would they do that? Maybe it's to go after President Trump. Never forget, they shut down the government for 43 days. They said, don't worry about our military. Don't worry about air traffic controllers. Don't worry about our economy. Don't worry about American families. No, no, no. Close the government for a month and a half because it might hurt the president. For the past decade, there's been one constant for Democrats. One constant. Go after Trump. They spied on his campaign. Then it was Mueller. Then it was impeachment 1. Then it was impeachment 2. Then it was all the lawfare. Alvin Bragg, Fonnie Willis, Letitia James. Then it was Arctic Frost investigation at the Justice Department, surveilling United States senators and congressmen, and a whole host of other Americans. Then it was Jack Smith and his gag orders and his raiding President Trump's home. Then it was a 43-day shutdown, and now it's Epstein. And by the way, the same party that did all that, they were also the ones who were texting with Mr. Epstein during a hearing where Michael Cohen was their witness in another effort to go after the president. Americans see through it all, and frankly, it's actually kind of sad. This this obsession, this syndrome, this mindset that says we got to go after President Trump no matter what that they have. And I actually, when I think about it, I think it's because President Trump and Republicans have accomplished so much that they told the voters they were going to accomplish in the 2024 election. We're actually doing what we said we were going to do. President Trump said he was going to cut taxes, and he did. President Trump said he would secure the border, and he did. President Trump said he'd get men out of women's sports, and he did. President Trump said he would make sure Iran doesn't have nuclear capability, and he did. And he said he would get the hostages out of Gaza back into Israel, and he did. All in 9 months. So I don't know what causes this mindset, this syndrome that the left has, but I know one thing. It is real. Which brings me to last week. Think about what the Democrats did last week. The Democrats released an email that the Oversight Committee had obtained from the estate. An email from Mr. Epstein to Ms. Maxwell. When the Democrats released it, they redacted the victim's name. Something we all support. Something everyone supports. Except in this case, no court had ordered that name redacted. No agency had redacted it. And the estate didn't redact it. And the victim had already went public. So why black out her name? Why black out her name? Because she had said in her book and had testified under oath that she never saw any wrongdoing by President Trump. So think about what they did. In an email between two criminals, Mr. Epstein and Ms. Maxwell, in an email between two criminals, they hide the name of an individual who had went public and exonerated the president. And we know why. To distort and twist the message because they thought it might harm the president. Their position, cover up the names of people who are already public, but don't worry about other innocent people who the court said should remain private. Again, I think the American people see through it. They see through what the Democrats are doing. The American people know what this is. They know Democrats have nothing else to run on because of the success of this administration. So I say let's vote yes on this resolution, and then let's get focused on making sure we're doing what the American families elected us to do. With that, I reserve.
Gentleman reserves.
This was Marjorie Taylor Greene on the House.
That bond together in sex and human trafficking are sick of, and rightfully so. Now, where does this go from here? The question will remain, will the Department of Justice release all the information? Will a judge in New York release the information? Will the CIA release the information? And will foreign governments release their information? Or will this continue after this vote today be a cover-up? A cover-up of the rich, powerful elites that bond together in sex and human trafficking abuse and all types of global business that enriches them but never serves Americans. The American people will know, and the victims, actually the survivors of Jeffrey Epstein, will know because they know the list of names. And I remain dedicated to my promise to read those names here on the House floor if those women ever find them in a place that it needs to be done. I yield back to Mr.
Gentlelady from Georgia yields back.
Are sick of.
So we're just waiting for this. The vote should be over any second. So we're almost there. Almost there. Every single yay so far. The nays are probably errors. There might be one or two, but $29 remaining. Okay, let's go.
And years and years. Women who were terrified.
I've always believed that sunshine is the best disinfectant. For years, the American people have demanded transparency about Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell's horrific crimes and about the federal government's failure to protect the victims. The House Oversight Committee is conducting a thorough review of the federal government's investigation into Epstein. Our work goes far beyond the legislation before us today. We are committed to accountability, transparency, and justice for the American people and for the survivors of these appalling crimes. To date, the Oversight Committee has released more than 65,000 pages of documents, issued 13 subpoenas, and conducted interviews with 2 key witnesses, both of whom were Republicans. The Trump administration has provided us with Department of Justice materials and access to suspicious activity reports. Unfortunately, throughout this investigation, Democrats have chosen to manufacture yet another anti-Trump hoax instead of pursuing justice. They have mischaracterized witness testimony and selectively released documents complete with targeted redactions in an effort to smear President Trump. For example, former U.S. Attorney General Bill Barr, who oversaw the 2019 Epstein investigation, stated clearly under oath that the prosecution team found no evidence that President Trump committed wrongdoing. Despite this simple and straightforward fact, Ranking Member Robert Garcia, moments after that deposition, tiptoed out and publicly claimed that, quote, Barr could not clear Trump of wrongdoing. That was a lie, and we have the transcript to prove it. I invite the media to read the transcript. When the Oversight Committee interviewed former U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida, Alex Acosta, Democrats whipped themselves into a frenzy trying to manufacture a gotcha moment, but they failed. Mr. Acosta dismantled the Democrats' narrative. His testimony confirmed there was no contact between President Trump and Mr. Acosta and no connection between President Trump in the Epstein case. Next, Democrats resorted to selective leaks and doctored documents to mislead the American people. Oversight Committee Republicans have posted 65,000 pages of documents we have received to date. Democrats, by contrast, have released fewer than 1 dozen. In their latest selective leak, Democrats released just three of the 23,000 pages of documents from the Epstein estate. And they made redactions to 2 of those emails that changed both the context and the meaning of the 3 pages they released. When CNN called them out for their deceptive redactions, Representatives Stansbury and Crockett tried to blame Republicans for their own edits, for the Democrat Oversight Committee edits. After Democrats released only 3 emails, Republicans released over 23,000 pages. And what did Democrats say in response? When we released every single document that we got, they claimed full transparency was meant to, quote, disorient or distract from their manufactured narrative. These are the same Democrats who chant, release the files every day until the files contradict the story they want to tell.
While we're waiting on this, let me do this really quick. Looking for smarter ways to browse and enjoy your favorite content without ads? Get the Perplexity Pro bundle with Rumble Premium for just $19.99 a month when you sign up before December 31st, normally a $29.99 value. With Rumble Premium, you'll get an ad-free viewing experience across all your devices and access to exclusive premium content, no interruptions, just the videos and streams you love. Anywhere. Plus, Perplexity Pro boosts your productivity with unlimited research, unlimited uploads, exclusive member perks, and access to the latest and most advanced AI models for faster, smarter answers
On this vote, the yeas are 427, the nays are 1. 2/3 being in the affirmative, the rules are suspended, the bill is passed, and without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
Save over 30% on this powerful bundle. Head to rumble.com/premium before December 31st to sign up and unlock your premium experience. So there we have it, folks. There we have it. It was passed.
Pursuant to Clause 8, Rule 20, the unfinished business is the vote on ordering the previous question on House Resolution 879, on which the yeas and nays are ordered. The clerk will report the title of the resolution.
House Calendar Number 47, House Resolution 879. Resolution providing for consideration of the joint resolution, Senate Joint Resolution 80, providing for congressional disapproval under Chapter 8 of Title.
All right. So there we have it. We'll do a follow-up. We'll see what's going on our next show. I got some time to get through that, and it's 11:45. So in 3 hours and 15 minutes, we are going to be doing our next show, guys. I want to say thank you for everybody tuning in. We appreciate
5 United States Code
and,
of the rules.
If you guys want to help out the platform in any way, our donation links will be coming up. We are 100% viewer funded, and we thank you, the viewers. We appreciate you, and we will see you here in about 3 hours and 15 minutes. Take care, folks.
Well, hop aboard the Oreo Express, where truth don't hide and we don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud, shining light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express, rolling down the track, exposing the lies, ain't no turning back. Conservative fire, we're speaking the truth. At Oreo Express, this one's for you.